sake of this video, we're going to talk about how to map a circuit in the garage. You can see the circuit box right here. I'm going to actually open it up, and we're going to map the circuits all over the garage. There are some lights here, there's some outlets, and so forth. I'll show you what the correct procedure is to map the circuit. Now, you may need to apply for a permit to do some electrical work, and that's the reason we need to map the circuit. In a short moment, I'll show you how to do that. The little breaker box in the garage. The line actually that comes from the house, actually you can see the bottom wire coming in. That comes from a 30 amp fuse circuit. It's a 10 gauge wire, and if you kind of follow the wire right outside, it's actually going down. It goes down that little gray piece of wire. It goes all the way down, and it goes underground around the house here, underground, and to the basement. You can't actually see those at this time, but coming back here, what they do with that wire is they bring it up, they kind of split the wire up in two. There's two fuses here, 20 amp fuses. They break the 30 amp circuit into two other circuits. They're protected by 20 amp fuses. And what I'm going to do is basically pull the fuse for one of those circuits and try to figure out which lights and outlets are covered in each one of those circuits. Try to split them up so I can draw a circuit map. So one of the things I'm actually going to do before I actually pull the fuses is I'm going to go back into the house, shut off the main breaker, because if I just shut off the breaker here, I'm still going to have current coming into those fuses. And the minute I touch the fuses, it's gonna come right through me and be grounded. So the safest thing to do is to, rather than shut the circuit off here, I would rather shut it off in the house. And I have to check and make sure there's no current coming through those wires, which I'll show you how to do. Once I'm gonna go to the house and now shut it off. You can actually test for the circuit. My lights are not coming on. This handy dandy gizmo I've showed you before. You put it right up to the live wires. You hear a constant beeping. You know that the wire is live. There's also another device I have. It's one of the circuit testers. You could actually attach it to the hot wire and then connect it to the ground and see if the light comes on. So that's what I'm going to do here. I don't know if you'll be able to see it clearly enough, but I'm going to try and show you that. There is no light. It's kind of hard to see from that angle, but I'm not getting the light. I'm touching it to the main wire coming into the fuses right here and touching it to the ground and trying to see if there's a light that comes in here. There was no light, so now I can pull the fuse. So for the fuse puller, I have a little thing here. I have a little fuse puller device here to actually pull the fuses with. And pull the fuse. That's the fuse right there. I'm going to go back and turn the circuit on and then see which outlets and lights are actually connected to it. So I did turn the circuit back on, and there's a couple of light switches. This one here that you can see is a light switch right there. There's another light switch for the exterior, but I don't think that's going to be working. But you can see the lights up here are all working. There's two two sets of fluorescent lights here. There's actually two right there. There's two more in the back there. There's a light in the finished and the unfinished space up there. You can kind of see that light right there. So all the lights are connected to this circuit. Now there are several outlets right here. That's a switch light that I'm pointing to that goes for the upstairs light. There's several outlets here. I'm going to have to test each outlet and kind of see if they're actually powered or not powered. So I'm going to do that next. I have several outlets that go throughout the garage here. So I'm going to actually test these with one of these. I can test it with this little device here that actually gives me a beep. I just need to explain one more thing about the circuit box. The way you map a circuit is to turn on all the lights in the garage, because I'm doing it for the garage. I turn on all the lights and then I pull one of these fuses and then check all the outlets and see if any of the lights turned off. And most of the time the lights are on one circuit and the outlets are on another circuit, and that's what I found in this case. But it's pretty simple. You remove one fuse and check everything, then put it back and remove the second one. That's exactly what I did in this case. And I also, that's the way you do it to map the circuit. And in the following slides, I do have pictures of what I found.